This is a tremendous community. I'm very, very grateful to be here at this time in my life, but also at this time in the history of Fort Worth ISD. We are really at a turning point, kind of a fork in the road, if you will. The education and the economy are inextricably linked, and we have a wonderful city, great standard of living, and we have pockets within our city where families are struggling, where there's poverty, and where there are social and emotional challenges for students. And so we really have to be able to provide not only academic support and academic rigor and opportunities for a student to be successful beyond high school, but also kind of the wraparound services, the safety net for students who are challenged. So I come at education from that perspective, educating the whole child, not just reading, writing, math, and science and social studies, those kinds of things, but also in the social and emotional development of students. We talk about the changed demographics, right? The population has already shifted. We are a majority-minority state of Texas. In addition to being a majority-minority state by a little bit, we're a majority-minority city. We are rich in diversity. We have a great opportunity to be a healthy, vibrant, multicultural, multilingual powerhouse of a city. But it all depends on what happens here in the next several years. We must invest in our students today, and not only with our financial resources, but with our time, with our talent, with time, talent, and treasure, right? With our time, with our talent, with our treasure, to invest in our students, because they are assets to be invested in. They're not problems to be solved. We're about hiring talented teachers, supporting teachers, identifying those teachers who need to improve, and perhaps there are some who should be doing something else professionally. But we need to have a system by which we are helping, supporting, providing accountability. Support precedes accountability, but providing a system by which we are attracting and retaining the best and the brightest. Our Board of Trustees is really heading in the right direction. I am extremely pleased how they've handled some difficult issues over the last couple months, and they have maintained their focus. So our mission is not high school graduation, because the diploma today, that's a passport to poverty. That's all you have. 66% of jobs in Texas that earn a family-sustaining wage require a 2-year, in most cases 4-year college. So we're lagging a little bit behind the state in terms of all students. With our Hispanic population, our largest population, 63% of our student population, we're right on target. And we're really dragging in the African American student population, really need to do something different in terms of how we serve all students in Fort Worth. And high school graduation is not a conversation that we need to start having in 10th or 11th grade. If you want a college and career prepared high school graduate, you need a kindergarten prepared 5-year-old. I mean, this is a pipeline issue. Fort Worth ISD is not broken. 108 of our, about 130 schools take the test, and 108 of them met or exceeded the standard. But if 108 met, that means 22 did not. And my focus is on all students, not just the middle achieving and upper achieving kids who have to be pushed also. They also need rigorous instruction. They also need relevant instruction. They also need meaningful ethical relationships with adults. But we have 22 schools that are struggling, and so one of the things we're going to do here is a reorganization of our resources. So the Board of Trustees approved a redesign about 2 or 3 months ago. That really was an important first step. We had many administrators in the district office, and we've sliced that number down. We've eliminated an entire layer of deputy superintendents. I had 25 people on the superintendent's cabinet. Now we have 10 on the leadership team. We had 70 math and science specialists who worked in the central office. They no longer work in the central office. They're out in schools, because you put the resources where the kids are, right? And I don't believe in equality. Huh? I don't. I believe in equity. So I didn't send those 70 teachers across the city equally. They went to these 22 schools. Now let's come down here in the lower income communities. Look at this school. This school is way up here around the 50th percentile, whereas this one's at the 10th percentile. So these are the same socioeconomic status, same kids, same family income. They're breathing the same air. They're eating the same food. But there's a 30% difference in their income, in their student achievement. So poverty is not destiny. We can tell that if we can get these principals to talk to these principals and learn what they're doing, or these teachers to talk to these teachers, or us to go visit these schools, which we are doing, and discover what they're doing well, asset-based, what works. We can admire the problem and say, oh, the kids don't speak English, and they're poor, and the teachers yell at the kids, and that's important. We need to address that. But we also need to discover what's going right. And I think if we discover what's going right and we begin to replicate that across the system, you're going to see a shift. Here's a great applause line. Fort Worth ISD does not need another program. And the teachers go crazy. I said, we have 800 programs. We have 800 programs. We don't need more programs. We need 18 programs. We need fewer programs. We need to weed the garden and to decide what matters and do fewer things right. But I'm going to need your help to do that, because to weed the garden, there are some programs that people just don't want to give up.